Hi, my name is Logan Swensen, and my brother and I are going to work front headlocks today, and I'm going to show you my warm-up. So first, we got 5 sets of 30 seconds of jump rope. Okay, that's 1 set. 4 more sets. Ready, go. Time. 3 more sets. Ready, go. Time. Two more sets. Ready, go. Time. Last set. Ready, go. Time. After you're done with jump ropes, go into cartwheels. Hit about 10 cartwheels. After you're done with cartwheels, go into forwards rolls. At about 10. After you're done with forwards rolls, go into splits for like 30 seconds. Hold. and switch legs. After you're done with splits, under-roll your necks for about 30 seconds. After you're done with that, you want to go into your front and back bridges. Then, after that, I want to kick over and kick back. Do that a couple times, and then that's your warm-up.
Okay, so the first move we're gonna hit is a cow catcher, and so your partner is on all fours, and you're gonna be in a front head position, and you want your hand on the chin, and then your other hand in his armpit. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna bait him to reach his arm up by circling, and so then when he reaches his arm up, you shoot your arm under and towards his hip. Then you just twist him down, and you want to be chest to chest, picking his head up so you get the pin. Hand on chin, other hand in the armpit, circle, he flags, under, back pocket, twist him down. Hand on chin, hand in the armpit, circle.
I see when he flags and you're going underneath, you're getting his arm up pretty high, huh?
Yeah, you want this move works if you pick it up really high because you can't fight it. If you just kind of just go like this, he can wing down, and I can't get it. So I want to make sure I bring it all the way up. That way if he tries to wing down, he can't. I just flip him over.
You hit it a few other directions so we can see all angles of that. So I've seen a lot of guys do this, youth wrestlers, high school wrestlers, college wrestlers. But somebody who kind of got things really popular out here in Minnesota was Mark Hall, and he did a cement mixer off of this. And I think you alluded to a guy might pinch down on your cow catcher. So can you break down a cement mixer for us?
Yep. So same position, he flags, you go here, but this time you're not bringing his elbow up all the way. When you're going to do it, when he flags and you're going to reach for it, he wings down on you. So you kind of have like a short arm right here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take the hand on the chin and grab the wrist that he's winging down with. So it looks like that. So then what I'm gonna do is I like to switch my head so I don't break my face. I switch my head and then roll with it across my back and then wing back up on top. So, chin and armpit, I circle. As I'm going for it, he wings down and catches it. Then I grab his wrist, switch my face, roll across my back, over him, and back on top. Chest and armpit, circle, he wings down.
That was a very good angle right there of that was a good angle of the chin, the hand coming off the chin to the wrist. Could you show that one more time? Because I know a lot of wrestlers they can't find that.
So same position, circle, he wings down, you just grab the wrist. And then you switch the face.
Okay, so we call that a cement mixer.
Yep.
All right. So those are your two kind of more basic front head scoring positions. You know, in freestyle, like folk style, you can score from the front head. The only thing you really can't do is you can't put your head and drive it in the ribs and bend a guy up. So if Kale was down on all fours and Logan was in the front headlock, and Logan was going to circle towards me, and he was going to put his head in the hole in the ribs and go right there. If Logan does that position right there with his head in the ribs and tries to like drive Kale to his hip, in freestyle, they would stand you back up. They would say, Logan cannot do that. So what he could do is he could put his head in the hole and he could chase the leg. Go ahead, score. Okay, he could circle around that way, and and then pretty much everything else we're doing is similar and basic to folk style wrestling. But we can get a little bit more creative. We can get a little bit more dangerous as well. So the next thing I'm going to have you show, Kale, is you can do this in Greco, probably more in Greco, but also you can do it in freestyle, is the head pinch. And you can do it from the floor, and then you can also do it from your feet. So go ahead and explain head pinches.
So same front head position. And instead of having your hand on the chin, you can have your like this bone, I don't know what it's called, but this sharp part right here, you're just gonna put it across his face right there, so it kind of hurts him. And then what you do with the other hand is you lock over his arm, and then you lock tight there, so the bone's going into his face, and then I'm like pulling his head up, but still keeping it down. And then what I'm gonna do is, hold up, can you? So, I like to go across. Some people may go with it, but I just like to go across with it, because if you go this way, he can grab, and then you'll get caught, and you expose your back. So, I like to go away from him. That way he has no way to like grab your legs. So across his face, over his arm, pick his arm up. I pick it up at the elbow, lock, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of like, I don't know, like choke him out here, like press your stomach in, and then roll across and through.
So it looks like when you've got the when you come around and you've got the hand on the face, you're on your toes. You encircle his other arm, so his other arm is up high. You can kind of go elbow to elbow with that encircle. And then when you almost look like you almost skydive or pinch in, which traps his head down there. He can't move. So I think that's really good to show, and maybe you could do it one more time where the camera can see this, because parents working at home with their kids, this is a really interesting thing. What we don't want is to roll straight over their back. They want to do a nice little pinch and a little arch over their shoulder as they're rolling this.
So, same lock, you get across the face, then over his elbow and pinch up, and then I push my hips in, and I just squeeze his neck and head, and then as I'm doing that,
he's going to end up fighting back, so he's pressuring back into you.
Yeah. So then you just pull across and then bridge on your head, so then you don't get like stuck on your back. So across the face, over the elbow, pinch in. Cool. That's a front head from the ground.
Yep, let's do it. Flip him the other way so we can see your arm encircling his elbow again.
Face, over, pinch. Cool.
One more time.
Do it from the feet.
Oh, okay.
Then you can do it from the feet. So the mats are feel like concrete right now, so I'm going to throw them onto a mat. So you can also do this move from the feet. And I like to get here in Greco. You can kind of be here and pull down into it. In freestyle, it's a little bit harder to get him in. Most of the time, he'll shoot in, and then you bring him up to your feet. But
we would say this is probably more for Greco.
it's more for Greco, yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a good move to learn for freestyle too. So what you want to do is, you want to do the same exact thing that you do on your feet. So across the face, over the elbow. But instead of rolling this way, we're gonna flex our hips in and then arch over our shoulder and throw them through. So arch in and over his shoulder. So here, put my hips in, sit down, sit, arch, throw them through, and then face him. Cross his face, over his elbow, pop your hips in, sit back, arch.
Logan, you want to give it a try on Kale once?
Yeah.
Explain what you're doing.
So I get him in a front headlock. I get this lock here under his face. Basically put him up like a pregnant lady. And I'm going to throw him back over my shoulder. 4 points.
Okay, again.
Jesus, dude. Straight back. Out. In.
Okay, one more time, Logan. Okay. And so we call that a head pinch. And like I would say, this is probably, when we use it more in Greco than we do in freestyle. But you know, it can be used. It can be used in both. And so now those are 4 kind of or 3 different moves that we do. The final one we'll do today, Kale's really successful with this in freestyle. Folk style. But it can be used obviously in freestyle, and you could get 4 points with it as well. But he like I said, you could use it in folk style as well. And it's called the dresser. And so Kale's going to kind of break down the dresser for you guys from a front headlock on the feet. There's a lot of different quirkiness to this, right, Kale?
Yeah. So you're gonna be in a front headlock, same position that we were on the floor, hand on the chin, hand on the armpit here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your shoulder in the middle of his back, and you're gonna like press into him. And then what you want to do, move with me a little bit here. So then what you're going to do is you're going to want to circle and back step. See how his foot came? So his feet are normal. Back your foot up. His feet are normal. So then when I back step, I can't reach and grab. So then I back step him. And now see how his feet are split? That's when I'm going to take my shoulder that's in the middle of his back, drop it. There's like a little pocket right here. And I'm going to put my shoulder right there. So I'm going here, dropping, level change, still hold the armpit, the hand on the chin, reaches for legs. I reach for the legs and put him on his back.
So in folk style, this would be a 2 for takedown and maybe get some back points.
Yeah.
But in freestyle, this could be a 4.
Yeah, it should be a 4. Should be a 4-point move.
Okay. We try to work this with a lot of kids and they struggle with it. What do you see kids doing wrong when they're trying to do this move?
Most kids will be here and then they go this way and it's just awkward, it doesn't work. And then another thing I see is most kids will just, when they do it, they don't backstep at all, and then they don't drop their shoulders, they're just like this, and then they go like this. And you end up in something like this, and you're not going to get it, and it's just not going to work. So, you always have to backstep. If you don't backstep, you're not going to get the move. So, I'm like pushing my shoulders like right here, and I'm pushing into him. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a back step. And I think most people don't even know what a back step is. It's just my feet are like this, and I'm literally just pulling him and going like that. So my feet are turning like that. So here, pressure in, and then back step, drop, run through. For the finish, you can either keep the cradle or, when you tip him to his hip, there's a cradle right here. You can grab the cradle and get him. Or if he's trying to roll through, you swim your hand through here, and then you end up and have like a hip toss position. You can go here, and then you can switch your hand maybe to like a headlock. So there's all types of finishes you can do, and if you just get the 2, that's fine. And freestyle, if you get the 4, you're probably gonna get 4 anyway. So as long as you hit it right, you're gonna score a lot of points.
Right, we love this position. We got to get them to hit it at an angle, and I think that's where a lot of kids miss, and you did a nice job explaining that back step, and then you're really hitting the kid sideways. You're not going to hit the kid so he falls on his butt. You're hitting him so he falls on his hip inside, right? Let's give a few more of those. Yeah, and although this is a big explosive move in a match, when you're working this and learning this, you can go pretty slow. Kale and Logan are actually hitting this pretty soft.
Yeah, and if you have mats like outside or you're wrestling in your living room, You don't need to go 100 miles an hour because it just hurts and it's not fun. And then you're probably not gonna get the move right, especially for this. When kids try and rush it, they don't get the move in. And then they say it doesn't work, but I mean, it helped me in a lot of big matches. So same thing, just back step, level change. There.
Let's hit a few more, and maybe Logan kind of start with your back in different directions. So Kale will move you in different ways so we can see it, because this is a pretty high level move. That's a good one. One more. There we go. And so just to finish it up, Logan, why don't you shoot a double at Kale? Kale catches you in a front headlock, comes up to your feet, and then he hits a dresser so you can see where this comes from off of a shot. And there it is. Again. He shoots in. He circles him up. Gets a good angle. Let's be a little bit tougher on your feet, Logan, so he has to backstep you.
Most of the time, if they're shooting on you, you don't have to really backstep. You can just level change and go through. Because they're already off balance, and then if you shoot on me, most of the time, if they're, hold up, rewind a little bit, come on. If I'm doing that and then I backstep, most of the time you're just gonna pull them down into a front head. So sometimes you might not need a backstep. I do it most of the time right when they're coming up. So he shoots. Nice level change. Drop my shoulder and go.
Okay, that looks good. That looks good. All right, well, thanks, guys. Okay, so the last part of practice is doing some strength and conditioning, and we're not really sure what people have at home. So we have kettlebells. That's what Logan has right in front of him. We have a dumbbell, and we also have, it looks like some windshield wiper fluid, but really we're going to pretend that's a gallon of water, okay? So depending on what exercises you can do and what you want to do, you could do these for sets of 10. You could do these for as many as you can get in 30 seconds. There's just a whole bunch of different things you can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you an exercise. And we're going to show you what it would look like with 3 different things. So the first thing, exercise 1, and we're gonna go shorter time, but you could do this for as many as you can for 30 seconds. So the first one you can do is swing between his legs with a kettlebell and swing it up. Okay, and you can do that with a dumbbell. And you got to improvise a little bit because it's not the same material, it's not the same size, but you know, you got the dumbbell. Or you could go to a gallon of liquid, a gallon of water or windshield wiper fluid, and you could swing it there. Okay, good. Now we could do a one-handed snatch with it. And once again, we've found it to be effective to go for like 45 seconds or 1 minute straight. That can really tire you out. And then you go to the other arm. Okay, and then you could do that with a dumbbell. You want to have a good squat when you do it. You could do that with the other hand. There you go. Or you could go over to the water jug. Anytime you're dealing with water in the liquid, it's going to be a little bit more awkward. So you got to kind of figure out the way it moves. Okay, do the other hand. Oh, you got to make sure that water moves around a little bit. Okay, then he could also use that same jug and he could do a curl, one-handed curl. Okay, could go to the other side, one-handed curl. Okay, we go to the kettlebells and do curls. Other hand. Make sure you're full extension. And of course, dumbbell curl. Okay, other hand. All right, and you could take that dumbbell and you could just press it. All right, you could do that with the kettlebell. And you can do that with the jug. Yep. Then you can put the jug in front of you and you could do body squats. Deep squat, as low as you can go. Okay, and you go over to the kettlebell and do it. And the dumbbell. Okay, and then we can go to the final exercise. I'll have you move the other stuff out of the way. Just keep the dumbbell, but you can use all the stuff for it. The Turkish get-ups. Now these you're gonna have to watch his form here. So hold on, I'm gonna have him go slow. So he posts up the hand up in the air, and notice his other hand is on the floor. His same hand that's up, same knee up, foot down, and it goes into a motion where that dumbbell stays up the entire time. Kettlebell or water jug could stay up at the same time. Go ahead and do one. Sit up, slide through, come up, then down, and you go in backwards order. Now this takes a little bit of time and learning how to do that. Keep going. 3 sets of 5 of these are pretty tiring. All right, now switch hands. So so if he switches hands, that knee goes up, hand goes down. So you might have to slow motion the tape. Let's post on the hand, not the elbow. Yep. All right. So that type of exercise right there that'll be tiring, and you may have to go slow to learn the form. But that's a really we found it to be a really great workout. Logan, anything to say?
No.
Okay, we're done.